Aquarius, welcome back to Crystal's Tarot. This is going to be your reading for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus sign for November of 2020. If you're interested in knowing the decks used in today's reading, or you want to reach out to me for a personal reading, you can find all that information in the description box below. I wanted to remind you to always stay in your power, never give away to a reading, a reader, or anyone or anything else. We've all been blessed with our own intuition and our own internal guidance. However, today's reading is intended to assist you on your path to your greatest and highest good. I want to go ahead and start today by opening up, cleaning out our energy. Go ahead and get comfortable. Inhale and exhale as it feels comfortable to you. Let's do it one more time. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start by pulling our cards. Again, today's reading is intended to assist you on your path to your greatest and highest good. Let's see. So you might have been trying to put actions of love towards a person, place, situation, but it's caused you some difficulty. So now you're just trying to take a break from that energy and sit back and evaluate it and see how you want to pursue that energy going forward. I don't feel like other people were willing to build with you in the same way that you were trying to build and create with them. And it left you feeling disappointed in regards to a love connection, whether it's a family relationship, a platonic relationship, or a romantic relationship. And now you're just trying to see, where do you focus your energy? You're waiting for your ships to come in, so to speak. You are seeking happiness. You want to be fulfilled and joyful. And I don't feel like your environment has been providing that to you. And you're trying to bring balance and fairness into a situation so that it's joyful for all involved. And you're just thinking about ways that you can provide love or communications of love to bring in balance to a situation. And because you're passionate about it. It's something you feel very strongly about, needing and wanting this balance. I feel like Spirit's provided you a couple of insights recently that you've become more inspired to pursue. I feel like maybe other people are arguing around you, with you, regarding you. And it might be about something you're trying to create, or the way you're trying to create things, or you're trying to create balance and fairness in your environment. You want to take leaps of faith, but you're not sure how to go about that. And you want to speak of love. You want to put actions of love going forward to bring in clarity and joy to a situation. Aquarius, November 2020. Aquarius for November 2020. I feel like you keep trying different ways, but you keep running into a brick wall when you exert that energy. And so you're kind of confused. It's how do I do this? What do I do? How am I supposed to handle this situation? And it's causing you to have a lot of conflicting energy. And I feel like that's starting to become very exhausting for you. So I wanted to point out before we get into your reading, the King of Cups came out in your final outcome, which speaks about speaking your truth, putting actions of truth towards something. And that came out multiple times during your pre-shuffle. But the bottom of the deck, you have the Wheel of Fortune. So what this speaks about is you might be moving, or you're trying to change your lifestyle, your environment that you currently find yourself in right now. Let's pull our clarifiers. And as you can tell, I do wait for the cards to jump out. I feel like if I pull them, that's my energy. and I want to get the messages from Spirit, not from my own self. So if you press for time, please feel free to fast forward. We got one more shuffle. And I just noticed the bottom of the deck right now was the Three of Wands. So you're waiting for something to work out in your favor about the energy that you've been trying to create and build. You have the Wheel came out again, but we'll go through those energies in a minute. Okay. How I always basically relay, sorry guys, give me just a minute. How I relay cards that are showing up multiple times, which the King of Cups did again. How I relay this is basically if you're reading a book created by Spirit wants you to have all the information in the book, but the cards that show out multiple times, it's where Spirit has went and highlighted those sections. So they want you to remember it. They want you to be like to know like that's a strong energy for you. Give me a second, guys. Okay. Okay. What? Okay. All right, so we have a book that we'll get into at the end of your reading. This first and then this one. Okay. Okay. Bottom of the deck, and there's a bunch of cards that pulled out, so I'm not sure how long this reading is going to be, but I'm a reader that if those cards come out, I feel like it's for a reason, and I will always read them as long as it's not the whole deck that comes out. But there's quite a few cards for your outcome, so we're going to go ahead and evaluate those when we get there. But for now, let's go ahead and start with your current energy, well, the bottom of the deck energy. We're going to start there, actually. Sorry, give me a minute to get this cleaned up. Okay, so you have the Wheel of Fortune clarified with the Knave of Pentacles. What this speaks about, it's also a Page of Pentacles. So there might be like immature energies that you're trying to transition in your environment, or you're receiving new communication or opportunities in regards to how your world can be changed. Your current energy, you have the Five of Pentacles clarified with the Hierophant. So what this speaks about to me is that in your current energy, you're not feeling abundant in regards to your home environment, or your like how your job's going, how your finances and prosperity is going, or things that you've been invested in for a long time. And so with the Hierophant, you're trying to go internal and spend some time reflecting and seeing how that energy can be transmuted, so that it's more of your benefit. So instead of like basically having a dead tree in the middle of winter, you have abundance instead of, with clarity, instead of all this confusion and conflict in your environment. The energy that's crossing you, you have the Emperor clarified with the Hierophant. So I feel like somebody in your environment is not standing in their power the way that they should be, in an authentic way. It's not a balanced energy, and it's causing you to want to, or it will lead you to have movement away from that energy, because you want to have joy and clarity and abundance and fulfillment. So anybody in your environment who is not being upfront, forthcoming, and honest and sincere with you, you don't want to spend too much time with that energy. The bottom, your underlying energy, you have the Strength card clarified with the Knight of Pentacles. So you're trying to maintain an internal strength or develop an internal strength that will last you, something that will be solid and sturdy for you, that will lead you to abundance and prosperity and a feeling of where everything's in balance for you, everything's going the way you want it to go, and you're trying to evaluate how you can impact that energy, how you can bring that energy in. But it might be taking a while for you to do so. It might have taken you a while or still take you a little while to strengthen your internal strength. It's basically that with the strength card, it's not a forced, it's not an action of strength. It's more like an internal strength. It's a confidence. It's security within yourself, and confidence within yourself. And it's an energy that is divinely guided and protected as well. So even though you might be taking a while to get there, once you get there, Spirit is going to help you maintain that and to stay confident within that energy. In your recent past, you have the Five of Cups clarified with the Knight of Swords. And the Five of Cups did come out previously in your pre-shuffle. So what the Five of Cups speaks about is not being satisfied in things or people that you've invested an emotional connection with. And you're trying to move away from that energy. Or you might want to express to somebody how they are not meeting you halfway, how they are not fulfilling your cups and making you feel the way that you should or want to in a situation or relationship. You have a great deal of dissatisfaction when it comes to a connection, and you're wanting to communicate that. And you might do it in a harsh way at some point, but you're trying to just kind of have a balanced approach when you do approach that energy. But it's something that it's a hard pill for you to swallow. So in your recent past, you might have communicated that to somebody and they didn't receive it very well. And now you're just reflecting on that energy. And I feel like now you're trying to figure out, like, how do I stand in my power and how do I speak up for myself and defend myself and my feelings and my opinions and thoughts going forward. In the energy that's crowning you, you have the Three of Cups clarified with the Two of Pentacles. What this speaks about is you might be juggling opportunities. You might be juggling ways on how you could bring in like a celebratory energy. You want to be able to have group energy that is where they get along, where it's joyful and pleasant. And it might not be how things have been going. So you're trying to bring in like different ideas of to how you can do that. And you might be trying different things to bring that in as well. Like if there's people in your environment that are arguing and having conflict, you might be, sorry, I'm sure you hear my dog. He just really wants a lot of attention, and there's people out there to give him entertainment, but he's not satisfied, I guess. Okay, so back to your energy. So basically, I feel like you've tried to communicate or try different ways to cause people in your environment to start getting along better, but I don't feel like it's gone very well. It didn't go in the way that you'd hoped and wanted it to, so you're trying to like figure out if there's anything else you can do to better improve that energy. But like I was saying at the beginning of the reading, always stay in your power, maintain your own power. Don't let other people's energies impact your energy. We all have our own energy and we all decide how to handle situations. And we can't force anybody to see anything our way. We can't force people to do things that we feel like it is right or that is just. So don't exhaust your energy trying to impact somebody else's energy. Whatever's meant to be will always be, in my opinion. I feel like everything always works out in the way that Spirit has planned. So it's something, in my opinion, especially it was like you do have like some, what is that? You have some major arcana cards. So what this speaks about is even if those energies are difficult right now, it's things that are meant to happen. It's to teach somebody a lesson to help them grow as an individual, and try not to reflect that on yourself. In your near future, you have the Six of Cups clarified with the Knight of Chalices. So there might be somebody that that you've had in your So the Six of Cups speaks about like the feelings of nostalgia, knowing somebody for a long period of time or feeling like you've known them for a long period of time and offering them your cup of love. Like there might be somebody in your environment that you see is struggling, and in your near future, you're going to come to them and show them love, um, communicate love to them, and put actions of love to them. And it's somebody that you care deeply about, that you might not have felt like they were treated properly, or that they had a fair dealing in a situation. And you're going to come to them and kind of say, hey, I remember you. I've seen you struggle, and I just want you to know that I'm there for you and I got your back. So more than anything, I'm seeing a majority of like you're trying to have this group energy of where you're helping people resolve their conflicts, and that's causing you internal conflicts. So just be careful of where you spend your energy, and make sure that the help is wanted before you exhaust yourself trying to give it. I feel like there are some people in your environment that do appreciate and value you, and other people, they just want you to agree with them. So listen to your own direction, your own internal compass, to know how to proceed so that you're not exhausting yourself with this energy. How you feel about yourself or see yourself. You have the Four of Pentacles clarified with the Wheel card. So I feel like that you're really trying to hold on to this foundation that you've been creating. Your world might be changing, and you might have a dissatisfaction with that. You kind of want things to be the same way that they were. You might be going through a breakup, or know somebody who's going through a breakup, and there's just this sense of like it's difficult for you to see that pass. You want things to stay the way that they were, the way that they are, but in a healthy, loving way. And sometimes things just have to transition so that they can improve. Sometimes by making things stay the same, it causes additional conflict. So sometimes it's actually the best energy to let things go and not to hold on to it too tight. When you release your expected outcome, I think you'll be surprised and happy with the way that things end up. I think you'll be satisfied with where the chips fall, and let them fall where they may, right? I feel like Spirit's the one that's guiding where the chips fall, and it's all for a reason. It's to teach somebody a lesson, to help people stand in their own truth and their own power. And I feel like you're internalizing a lot of what's going on in your environment, because you want things to be loving, you want things to be fair and balanced, and you might see avenues of where things aren't. So you're trying to be like the mediator and the go-between to kind of like help people get along, help people resolve conflicts. But sometimes it's not really in our best interest to do it. Sometimes we're just adding more fuel to the fire when we try to hold on to things and force things, even if it's not our own situation, and sometimes even when it is our situation. We just have to go with the flow and let things happen as they are supposed to happen. Other people see you. You have the Star card clarified with the Three of Swords, the Knight of Wands, and the Ten of Wands. So other people see you as like I feel like you're a beautiful energy to the people in your environment. And I think some people are aware that your current environment or circumstances are causing you some hardship, and it's difficult for you to bear. But I think that they know that you can overcome anything that you want to. And even though this is a difficult situation, I know that you'll be able to overcome it. And I feel like the people in your environment see how strong that you are as a person and as an individual. And I feel like you bring a lot of joy to the people in your environment. Other people see you as like their wish fulfillment, as like you have so many beautiful qualities about you, that you motivate and encourage the people around you. And I feel like you're aware of that, and that's why you're trying to kind of be the mediator with your current circumstances that might be difficult for you to bear. But know that we all have to pick and choose our battles wisely, and that some battles aren't ours to fight, and some battles aren't worth fighting. Okay? Your fear or hope, you have the Eight of Swords with the Sun in the reverse, clarified with the King of Cups. So I feel like this is a fear of yours. You're fearful of you're kind of stuck in your mind and your mental space, and it's like a mental prison of like reviewing how things have been unsatisfied, and you really want to bring joy and abundance to the situation. And being that it's not going that way, like you don't feel like you might not feel like all the effort that you're exhausting trying to be the mediator and trying to help people find balance, it's causing you a lot of mental conflict because I don't feel like you're feeling successful in it, and you desperately want them to be to see the reflection of love, but I don't think it's going that way. I don't think it's working out necessarily in the way that you want it to, and that's causing you to start to feel a little bit disheartened in certain areas. You might want to avoid that energy and stay away from like the fighting and the conflicts, but when there's that argumenting around you, you try to be the peacemaker and the peacekeeper by going and approaching the situation with love. You approach both parties in a loving manner, and you're just not seeing the results that you had hoped for. So it's causing you to feel a little bit of disappointment and really be stuck in your mind power. But know that you don't control everybody. Know that this is not a reflection of you. It's not a reflection of you if you can't be the mediator in a way that you feel successful in. All we can do is try our best and provide love and honesty and integrity in the situations that we encounter with the people we encounter. We don't control other people though, and so please do not let that be a reflection on you. I can see very clearly here that you're a loving individual. People in your environment see you as you're a good person. You have a good heart. I think some people in your environment are seeing the difficulty that this is causing you, and they feel bad for you. They wish things could be easier for you, but at the same time, whatever transition is transpiring, I feel like it's destined, it's intended. So just please don't take it personal. Your final outcome, should everything remain the same, you have the King of Cups, which showed up multiple times. And it showed up in both decks that we've used so far. It came out in your pre-shuffle multiple times, and now it's in both decks. So Kings of Cups, we're going to review this energy because I feel like Spirit is like really, really highlighting it. Kings of Cups, kings are actions. Cups are emotional fulfillment, are the things that we are emotionally inspired and impacted by, our genuine, sincere feelings towards something. And with kings, that's action, movement towards it. You might be dealing with the Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces as well, but I feel like it's more like an action of love. I feel like with the Four of Wands here in the reverse, to clarify it, the Ace of Cups in the reverse, and the Emperor in the reverse, I feel like somebody in your environment is not acting in their true, authentic power. It's causing a lack of a feeling of love, a lack, like maybe they're not speaking in love, they're not acting in love, and it's causing a negative impact on your stability in your environment. And you're wanting them, you're expecting them to act in a loving manner. And then, so let's see what else came out. The Queen of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, the Queen of Wands, the Magician, the Three of Pentacles, and the Knave of Chalices, which is the Page of Cups. So I feel like with this energy, you're thinking about how you can bring a solid foundation to the situation, how you can improve the situation. I feel like you're heavily trying to be a benefit to those in your environment because you see this difficult situation or this lack of love in your environment, a lack of loving communications from the people in your environment is causing a lot of conflict around you and with you internally as well. And you're trying to bring more balance to that situation, and you're spending a lot of time thinking of how you can, but you're realizing that you're just exhausting your energy. You're realizing that some people are willing to fight and win at all costs, any cost, by any means necessary. And that's not an authentic way to be. And so it's causing you to think more of like in a passionate way, like, is this fair? Is this good? Is this fair? And that's causing you to find different ways on how, like, what do you want to create? What is the lifestyle that you want to create in your future? How do you want your future to be? You have the will out here multiple times in your own energy. So I feel like you're seeing the things that are going on in your environment, and you're like, if it's a couple that is arguing around you, you're thinking like, okay, that's not what I want when I have a relationship or in my relationship. And so you're really trying to manifest the things that you want to create, which is a group energy where people are on the same page. They build together, they help each other out, and they provide communications of love instead of a lack of that. And then it's fairness. So I feel like even though the situation might be difficult for you, it's allowing you to be more aware of what you want and what you don't want. Things that you feel like are okay and things that you don't feel like are okay. So it's really making you set up more solid boundaries of how you want your life to be, what you want to deal with in your future. I think you're might be trying to figure out how to transition some energies out or change the way that you interact with those energies so that it's more positive and beneficial for you. Aquarius for November 2020. Aquarius for November 2020. I'm just really getting heavily, like you're internalizing a lot of the conflict that's going on around you, and you want to be the mediator. You want everybody to get along, and because they're not, it's causing you a lot of discomfort and a lot of mental stress and conflict as well. Let's do one more shuffle. Aquarius for November 2020. Aquarius for November 2020. Aquarius. Okay. Authenticity. Okay, so I feel like you're really wanting to be authentic. You're wanting people in your environment to be authentic with you and around you. I don't feel like you're very satisfied with the display of the way that they're acting. I don't feel like they're really standing in their truth or acting with integrity. And you want them to. You want people to be authentic and sincere. And then we have aptitude. So you want things to grow. You want things to turn around in a positive way. You want to have something that is proud and nurturing and abundance for you. You want to see things turn around. You want to have an environment. You want to see everybody getting along and communicating in a loving way and acting with integrity. And then we have fortitude. Okay, so this one, what I'm getting from this, like you see the little, basically the Godmother up there. I feel like by you being aware of the right and wrong boundaries and trying to be the person to bring in this love and balance and fairness in your situation and environment, I feel like Spirit is really recognizing that, and Spirit is going to bless you and with luck, with the horseshoe in the background. I feel like, and then there's a bunch of 4-leaf clovers as well in here. So I feel like that because you're acting in a sincere way, you're acting out of love and authenticity, it's causing Spirit to recognize your energy. Even though you're not getting the results out of the situation that you're hoping for, I feel like Spirit is recognizing your efforts and your genuineness. And the sincerity that you have within it, and how you want things to be smooth, loving, and fair and balanced. And I feel like Spirit's going to allow you to have additional blessings and additional favor in this life because of that energy. So this has been your reading, Aquarius, for November of 2020. I just really want to remind you, it's a beautiful energy to love and want to be loved, to bring balance and hope to bring balance. But don't internalize other people's struggles. All we can do is try and provide honest, loving energies but we have no control over how that's going to be received or processed, or if people are going to or aren't going to act and stand in their truth and out of love. But just know that even though this is hard for you right now, you are learning a lot from observing your environment, and because you're maintaining a loving approach to all parties involved, it's going to bless you in the long run. Okay, this has been a little heavy, so we're going to close our reading off with our singing bowl. I just want to remind you that if you've enjoyed this reading, you enjoy my energy, please subscribe and like if you've not already done so. If you feel like this reading could be beneficial to somebody that you know, or you want to have this reading for later, please share and save it to one of your playlists. Let's close our reading. Okay, Aquarius. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate your energy. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. I'm sending you lots of love and light. And until next time, much respect and appreciation.